Guys and girls, 4 more holes left in the BMW Championship. We have a leader, Francesco Molinari, but he is only 1 shot ahead of Henrik Stenson, DeChambeau, and Connors. So 4 golfers all within 1 shot of the lead. Then Chris under and goes all the way back to 16 under. So we got a lot of golfers here that's trying to make that top 30. And some in this stack right here that I think are going to be in the top 30. So let's see what happens. They have to finish in the top 30 this week to move on. Here we go. Justin Thomas, he needs 4-5, then a par 3, then a par 4. That will finish us out. So another par 4 here. Let's see what happens. Justin Thomas, 61. This hole. A-plus golfer, 26, only a par, and he's 10 under. Silverman now, Ben Silverman. All right, 53. And he's a B putter, so he's B golfer now. B golfer, 14, and that is a bogey, Ben Silverman. And I don't think we're going to be seeing him next week at East Lake. Rory McIlroy, slowly getting back onto the train here. Let's see what he can do. 64. He's a B golfer putter. So, 62, and that is a birdie. 14 under. Rory McIlroy. Johnson Wagner. Johnson Wagner now. 22. How is it? He is an A golfer. A golfer. 52 on the A, and that is a birdie. Johnson Wagner, 15 under. Phil Mickelson. Miserable round, 7 over par so far, and still 4 holes to play. He needs something good here to happen to him. 45. He's a B golfer on this hole, and that's nothing good there. That's another bogey for Phil Mickelson, and now he's only 5 under. We will not be seeing him next week, I don't think. Webb Simpson, 15 under. 63. He's a B golfer this hole. B golfer, 62, and that's a birdie. Webb Simpson, 16 under. He's getting his feet tightly into the dirt and says, I'm going to be playing next week. Alex Noren, 14 under. 53. He's a B golfer putter. So let's see, 35 B. That'll be a par. He stays at 14 under. Adam Hadwin. Adam Hadwin. Let's see what happens here. 56. And he's a B golfer here. B golfer, 26B, and that'll be a par. Stays 12 under. Ollie Snydergens, 9 under par. Needs a couple more birdies to make sure he gets in that top 30. 44. Is a B golfer. So let's see what happens. B golfer, 44 again, and it's a par. So he stays 9 under. Patrick Cantlay, 14 under. And let me close that screen. There we go. Patrick Cantlay, 14 under. Needs a good hole here. Let's see what happens. 65. Yeah, A-plus golfer this hole. 61, and that is a birdie. 15 under, Patrick Cantlay. Sangmoon Bay. He's trying to stick right with him. Let's see what he can do. 63, and he's a D golfer this hole. Not very good. But a 63 right there will make it a 15 under for Sangmoon Bay. Dustin Johnson, a bad round for him as well. I'm surprised. 2 over so far. And let's see. D on this one. A 21 on D. And that will be a bogey. Dustin Johnson falls back to 11 under. I don't like his chances going to next week. I don't think he's going to be playing. Corey Connors, 1 shot out of the lead, 20 under. Let's see what he'll do. 44. He's a B golfer. He's got a chance. 43. It's a par. So he stays 20 under. Brooks Koepka. Does he play it safe and just try to get to top 30, or does he actually want to win this title? Let's see what he does. 63, par 3, B. He's a B golfer here. 45 B, and that's a par. So he's trying to just get to the clubhouse and survive, it looks like. Francesco Molinari, our leader, at 21 under par, 52. And he is a B golfer this hole. B golfer, 25. That's a par, and he got lucky. He did a par there. Bryson DeChambeau, 20 under, trying to catch Molinari, 13. He'll be a B golfer as well this shot. 22. Wow, a bogey for DeChambeau, 19 under now. Not what you need. Not what you need. Henrik Stenson, 34. He's a C putter, so let's see what happens. 24, that's another bogey. He goes to 19 under. Now Chris Kirk. Chris Kirk has a chance to step right up and take second place, in a much better shape to get up to the lead. Let's see what he does. 46 par 4. He's an A golfer. Let's see what he does. 45 on A. That's a par, though. He just stays 19 under. So let's go to the next hole, which is a par 5. Par 5 now, the 16th hole. And let's see what happens. Newtown Square, Runnemede Golf Course. BMW Championship. The leader, Francesco Molinari, by 1 shot over Connors and 2 shots over Kirk, Stenson, DeChambeau. So it's not. We haven't heard the end of this round yet. Let's see what happens, guys. Justin Thomas, 65. A+ this hole. 31. Nope. He blew it right there. He gets a par, but that a par is like losing a shot to the field on this hole. You need a birdie here. Ben Silverman, 22. He's a B golfer this hole. 14. Uh-oh. He loses a shot. He does make a bogey. Ben Silverman. Rory McIlroy, 14 under. He could really make some roars here if he gets something good. He's an A+ golfer this hole. We'll see what happens. 16. Oh, a bogey. A bogey for McIlroy. 2 of the first 3 golfers have bogeyed this par 5. How about that? Johnson Wagner sitting at 15 under. 14. He's an A golfer this hole. A golfer. Oh, but that's no good to him. Oh, a double bogey. He goes back to 13 under. Some of the guys already in the clubhouse are loving this. Phil Mickelson. I don't think it matters what he does now, but he's been known for some magic times. He's an A+ golfer this hole. 22. That's a par. Stays at 5 under. Webb Simpson now. Slowly creeping up the leaderboard. He's 3 under for the day. We'll see what Webb does. He's going to be a C golfer this hole. But a 62. 62, it's a birdie. So he goes to 17 under. He is slowly creeping up this leaderboard. Alex Noren at 14 under. He's a B golfer. Let's see what he does. Oh, a 66. Wow. Can he hold it from the fairway? 66 is an eagle. So right now, can he make his second shot from the fairway? If he does, he will go from 14 under to 17 under. 3 under on one hole. Let's see if he can do it. It's got to be a 66. No, but he did make an eagle. So he goes to 16 under. Alex Noren, how about that? He had a chance to make it from the fairway on his second shot, which is nuts. Adam Hadwin now. Let's see what Adam Hadwin does. 45. So he's a B golfer. B golfer this hole, 23. He just did make his par. He rattled it in for 12 under. Ollie Schniderjans. Let's see what he does. And he is a D golfer, so not good. 22 is definitely not good, and that will be a bogey for Schniderjans. 8 under par. Patrick Cantlay. 51. He's an A+ golfer this hole. A+, but 32 is not what you need. He makes a par and stays at 15 under. Sang Moon Bay, 15 under. What can he do? 63. He's a D golfer. Not real good here. 31 on a D. That'll be a bogey. That'll be a bogey for Sang Moon Bay. Back to 14 under. Dustin Johnson, the best on par fives on tour last year. So let's see what he can do here. Maybe he can do something. 41, A-plus golfer. A-plus. Oh, a 63. It is an eagle for Dustin Johnson. 13 under par. Now Connors, one shot back at 20 under. Can he do something? Can he pull something out of the hat? 61. He's a B golfer this hole. 55. Yes, indeed. A birdie for Corey Connors, and he is now tied for the lead, 21 under. Brooks Koepka, 16 under. He's saying, don't leave me out. I'm ready to do something. Let's see if he can do something mean here. Oh, he's a D golfer on this hole, though. Not good. But a 45 D is not bad, but he made a par. So 16 under for Brooks Koepka. Our leader, Francesco Molinari, in a tie for the lead now. And he's going to try to get himself a birdie here. Let's see if he can. He's a B golfer this hole. B golfer, 64. And that is an eagle for Francesco Molinari, 23 under. Trying to spread himself out from these other guys. And now DeChambeau. DeChambeau, can he make an eagle as well? 35. He's a C golfer right here. Let's see what he does. 55. He did make a birdie, not an eagle, but he stays within 3 shots of Molinari. Henrik Stenson now. These guys need an eagle, I think. And A-plus golfer this hole. A-plus, 32, par. Wow, that's a wasted shot there, Henrik Stenson. And now Chris Kirk here at the 16th, the last one at the par 5. 21 is, he's an A golfer, so let's see what he can do. 54, yes, indeed. He makes himself a birdie, goes to 20 under. But Molinari now has a 2-shot lead on the field, going to the last 2 holes. And now we're going to the tough par 3. Going to the par 3, 17th hole here at Aronimink. So here we go. Justin Thomas now. 2 more holes to go, guys. 65. It'd be an A-plus golfer this hole. 43 is not going to get a birdie, though. Nope. This is a tough hole, as par 3 is. It really is. Ben Silverman. You get away from here with a, it's a B. You get away from here with a par, you're lucky, I think. 56, as soon as I say that. Oh, he just did. He almost made a birdie. Wow. Rory McIlroy, 13 under now. He bogeyed the last hole. Let's see what he does. 26. He's an A golfer this hole. A golfer. Oh, 11, double bogey for Rory McIlroy. That has done him in for winning this tournament for certain. He cannot win it now. Johnson Wagner, 14. He's an A golfer this hole. A golfer. 66. Yes, indeed. He makes a birdie, but now can he hold it from the fairway? I mean, make a hole in one. This will be a hole in one if he gets a 66. Yeah, it'll be a 1. 63. He almost made a hole in one. Wouldn't that have been something? But he did make a birdie on this par 3. This tough par 3 goes to 14 under. Phil Mickelson, 5 under, mostly for pride now, 62. And he's a D golfer this hole. That's 23. And once again, he bogeys another hole, goes back to 4 under. And he's having a rough Sunday afternoon. Webb Simpson, 17 under. He's still within range. See what he can do. 13. B. He's a B golfer this hole. Oh, but 13 is not good. That's a bogey. Goes back to 16 under par. Alex Noren, 16 under par right now. Let's see what he does. Trouble, he's a golfer. He's an A golfer there. 46. Nope, that's still a par, though. He stays at 16 under par. Adam Hadwin now. Adam Hadwin, 62. Fairway B. He's going to be a B golfer this time. 52. That's still a par there. He stays at 12 under par. Ollie Snydergen's at 8 under par. 8 under, 52 again. F. He's an F golfer this time. He needs a good low number. He got it. A 65 on F. And unbelievably, Snydergens gets a birdie. Even an F golfer can make a birdie sometime. How about that? Patrick Cantlay now, 62. He's an A golfer this hole. He could do something good. 25. And that's only a par for him. How about that? Sang Moon Bay, 14 under. See what he can do. 34. He's a B golfer this hole. 65. And that indeed is a birdie. Sang Moon Bay, 15 under now. Dustin Johnson. Next to the last hole. He's got to do something. 65. He's an A-plus golfer this hole. 44, but that's not enough. Stays 13 under after eagling in the last hole, but couldn't get a birdie there. Connors, 2 shots back at 21 under. What can he do now? Let's see. He's a B golfer this hole. B golfer. Ooh, a 21 is not good. He bogeys it and goes back to 20 under, but safely in next week for the Tour Championship is Corey Connors. Brooks Koepka wants to be safe. The only way to be safe for him is he needs to make another birdie or at least par all the way in. He's going to be a B golfer here. 25, and that is a par for him, and that he's satisfied, I'm sure, for that. Francesco Molinari, 2-shot lead, actually a 3-shot lead now for Molinari. See what he does. 26, B golfer. He's a B golfer here. 52, and that's a par. It stays 23 under with only 1 hole to play. Molinari's looking pretty good now. DeChambeau trying to put some pressure on him. 52. C golfer. C golfer. Oh, 63. That will be a birdie. And he goes to 21 under. This tournament is not over. And now Henrik Stenson. Henrik Stenson. Whoops, that leader. Let's try again. 11. A plus. How about an A plus here? 43. That's a par. Stays 19 under. And Chris Kirk. Chris Kirk, a final 17th hole guy. 65. It's an A. He'll be an A golfer here. 34. Does nothing for him. Stays at 20 under. Now we're going to the final par 4. And it is a 2-shot lead for Molinari over DeChambeau. And a couple of guys 20 under. So let's see what happens. We're going to finish this tournament out and see who the top 30 is for next week. Justin Thomas. He could really use a birdie here. Par 4. All right. 53. He's an A golfer. A golfer. Oh, 62. And that is indeed a birdie. Justin Thomas, 11 under he goes. Silverman. Ben Silverman now. Let's see what he does. 24. He's a B golfer. B golfer, 43. And that's a par. He stays 5 under. Rory McIlroy, 11 under. I think he needs this really, a birdie probably to make it to next week. Let's see if he gets it. 33. He's an A-plus golfer. 52. And he got a birdie. That might get him to next week. 12 under for McIlroy. I'm not sure it's enough, but I think it will be. Johnson Wagner now. Johnson Wagner. He's a B golfer this hole. 22. Oh, wow. He just bogeyed it. 14 goes back to 13. Phil Mickelson now. 4 under, just trying to stay above water, as they say. 62. There we D golfer this hole. D golfer, 22. And that's another bogey for Phil Mickelson. And he finished today with a 80. How about that? An 80 for Mickelson. Not a good round at all. Webb Simpson now. A-plus golfer. A-plus golfer, 61. And that is 17 under. Webb Simpson. We will see you next week in Atlanta. Alex Noren. Can he follow suit? 22. A-plus. 45. That's a par, but I still like his chances next week as well. I think he gets there. Adam Hadwin. Adam Hedlund's 52. He's a B golfer this hole. B golfer. Oh, 13 is not good. And he goes from 12 to 11, a bogey. And that could cost Hadwin a lot of money and $10 million if he doesn't win the FedEx Cup and doesn't make it there. Schneiderjan's 9 under. He's still hitting the ball like he's interested. B golfer. Let's see what he does. 24, and that's a par. He stays 9 under. Patrick Cantlay at 15 under par. 15 under par, 51. He's an A-plus golfer. Oh, 11. Oh, that's a bogey. He's going to 14 under. I still think he makes it next week, though. Sang Moon Bay, 15 under. 64. He's a B golfer. B golfer now. Oh, a 12 on B, though. He's not good. He bogeyed as well. Goes back to 14 under. Dustin Johnson at 13 under. Can he make it to next week? The only way he will, I think, is if he birdies here. I think. 54. B golfer. B golfer, 55. And he birdied it. He will be around next week, I think. I think he will be now for sure. Corey Connors. Do you want to win the tournament, kid? You need to do something. 45. He's a B golfer this hole. 45 again. Nope, he just makes a par. He will not win this tournament, I don't think. Brooks Koepka, 16 under. Just wants to stay up there so he can make it to next week. B golfer, 45. And he made a par. He stays 16 under. And even par 70 for the day. And I think we'll have for sure next week. Francesco Molinari, looking to win his first title of 2018. 53. It's a C. He's a C golfer. 62. Another birdie. That just locked it down right there. 24. Under par. Wow. That was a big 8 under round for Francesco Molinari. 62. Very good round. Bryson DeChambeau. 42. He's a B golfer this hole. B golfer. Ooh, 15 is not good. He bogeys and goes back to 20 under. Henrik Stenson, 19 under. Safely in next week, I think. 61. Par 4. A. He's an A golfer there. 52. And that is a birdie. He'll go to 20 under as well. And the final golfer of the week, Chris Kirk. Let's see what happens. It'll be a B. He'll be a B. 36. And that is a par, stays at 20 under. Now, folks, let's see who makes it to the Tour Championship. All right. This is big. Let's see. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 is all that makes it. No ties. 30 is all that makes it. The winner is Francesco Molinari at 24. So Molinari will be the number 1 seed, 24 under. 23, 22. No, we got 4 guys at 20 under. So we'll get to early guys. Connors is 20 under, as well as DeChambeau, 20. Stenson and Kirk, all at 20 under. That's first 5 golfers. So we got all those guys. Do we have any 19s, 18s? We have a 17 right here. Webb Simpson, 4 under 66. Played well. 17 under. 16 unders. Alex Noren. Noren it will make it next week, minus 16, as well as Brooks Koepka. 16 under. 15. Do we have any 15 unders? No. We have a list of 14 unders, though. So let's see. We'll go from the bottom up to the 14 unders. Blaine Barber. Blaine Barber, our early finisher. 14 under. We didn't have anybody 15 under, did we? Yeah. Nope. Blaine Barber. Jason Day, number 10 golfer now, 14 under. Ches Reavie, 14 under. We'll play all 30 guys all of these 30 guys hole by hole next week, so nobody gets an advantage. Cabrera Bello, 14 under. All right. Let's see. Aaron Baddeley, 14 under. We're almost halfway through these guys. Let's see. That's it there. That is those guys. Now, 13 under, so we'll have to do the guys that finished up here first, and then we're going on the sheet. 13, Joel Damon. Joel Damon at 13 under. Let's see who else made it 13 under. Jim Furyk, the human rain delay. 13 under. All right. We almost got our cut here. We're halfway there. 13 under. Ryan Palmer. Ryan Palmer. 13 under. Zach Johnson. How about that? A name you don't hear too often. Zach Johnson, 13 under. And let's see, Johnson Wagner. Wagner, 13 under. All right, now let's go to the 12 unders. We still have about 11 room for 11 names yet in our top 30. So 12 unders are going to make it. Justin Rose. Wasn't sure he was going to make it, but 12 under will make it this week. 11's probably going to be a tie, though, I would say. Russell Knox. He's at number 20. Ryan Moore, 21 at 12 under. Aaron Wise. He makes it. 12 under. Rory Sabatini. $12 under. Paul Casey, 12 under. We're going to have a playoff. I can see it. We're going to have a playoff. 12 under. Rory McIlroy. 12 unders is going to be safe. Yep. But the 11 unders, I believe the 11 unders, we're going to have a playoff with them. We got 1, 2 there. Let's see how many 11 under. Yeah. So I think we're going to be doing a playoff here. Gay, he's 11 under. Schauffele, Xander Schauffele, he is 11 under. And I can tell that's going to be a playoff. Sam Saunders, 11 under. Tommy Fleetwood, playing excellent golf, 11 under. Ben Crane, 11 under. I was correct. It will be a playoff. Yep. Couple of golfers we have to drop. Hughes, he's going to be 31. 11 under. Let's see. Justin Thomas just did make it with that birdie at the 11 under. Adam Hadwin, 33rd. And that will do it. So 3 golfers. We got to lose 3 golfers out of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-man playoff. All right. So the first thing I have to do, I decided the playoff format was going to be 16, 17, 18. So we're going to go back to the par 5. We'll do that. All right. Now I've got to find the playoff participants.